California WaterFix would modernize the State Water Project delivery system in the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta in order to improve ecological conditions in the Delta and stabilize water supplies for much of the state. This program represents the first major modernization effort of the water conveyance system in more than 50 years. This construction sequencing animation is based on the engineering completed to date for the Environmental Impact Report Environmental Impact Statement. Future engineering phases would further refine the design. Construction would not begin until permits are obtained and activities coordinated with federal, state, and local agencies. Tunnels would be constructed to convey water from 3 new intakes on the Sacramento River between Clarksburg and Cortland to Clifton Court in the south. The tunnels would use gravity to move water more efficiently and reduce harm to native endangered fish. This animation focuses on site preparation activities that need to occur prior to actual tunnel construction. The proposed sites where tunneling would take place in the Delta are fairly remote areas and lack the basic infrastructure necessary to support major tunneling and construction activities. For example, road access through the heart of the Delta is limited to 2 state highways, which run east and west, and Interstate 5, which runs north and south. Power lines near the planned construction sites in the Delta are largely non-existent, with the exception of the very large transmission lines that route bulk supplies of electrical power from one part of the state to another. Therefore, in order to successfully conduct tunneling work, a variety of enabling infrastructure must be established at each site prior to the commencement. This animation presents an overview of the major work that would take place at each site prior to tunneling. As an example, let's take a closer look at the tunneling activities that are planned for Bolden Island. This location is representative of the construction sequencing proposed for all launch shafts. Bolden Island is located in the center of the Delta, and the project work site would be primarily accessed by State Route 12, which crosses the north half of the island. Several early activities need to occur in order to prepare the site for tunneling. First, new all-weather access roads would be brought into the work site. These roads would provide contractors with a direct route from nearby Highway 12 to the job site. Sturdy roads on the island are vital to the project's success, as they would be carrying a variety of large and sometimes heavy loads to the job site in all kinds of weather conditions. First, a barge landing would be constructed on the island at a location near the tunnel shaft. The landing would allow barges to make deliveries of bulk items, like imported earth fill material, tunnel segments, and possibly the tunnel boring machine itself. Next, an initial earthwork contract would be undertaken to build a large elevated pad to support key tunneling equipment. The elevated pad would provide 2 key functions. First, it would provide a firm foundation for heavy equipment to access the shaft itself. And secondly, the elevated pad would be raised high enough to protect vital equipment and the tunnel from flooding in case of a levee breach during construction activities. The tunnel boring machines and other construction equipment would use large amounts of power that is currently not available for this type of use in the Delta. So the next critical activity would be to bring temporary electrical power to the worksite. These new supplies would be brought in via overhead lines and would be terminated in an electrical switchyard near the future shaft location. With all of this pre-tunnel work complete, the site is now ready for commencement of tunnel-related work activities. In summary, this type of prep work would be necessary at the intakes, intermediate forebay, Bolden Island, and Clifton Court. This concludes the site preparation animation for the California WaterFix. For more information, visit the website www.californiawaterfix.com.